There we go. Appears being a little laggy. Sorry, but hello. We are back. As soon as I mute this stuff, everything's good. We're back from CoolStuffCon. We're back with another stream. Please be muted, thank God. So gonna do a little bit of decompression about CoolStuffCon, talking about stuff that we're doing going forward. For those of you reading the Twitch the title of today's stream, I'm gonna be starting to try to reintegrate some legacy into the schedule, since I'm putting the cool stuff con stuff behind me. I have less like pressing Duel Commander stuff to prepare for right now. I wanted to start, focusing a little bit on legacy, dip my toes back in, ramping up towards Eternal Weekend, which I am more than likely gonna be at. So I wanted to kind of mirror that with some of my content, as well as helping me not like burn out on any one thing. I know right before Quint came out, I was like really burnt out on Cloud. I was starting to burn out on Quint a little bit because I was playing like a lot off stream in testing. So giving myself a little bit of variety, bouncing between like playing Quint, playing Cloud, and playing some Legacy I think will help keep things a little bit more fresh. But today I just wanted to like play a little bit more Quint to talk about how the event went, how I'm feeling, and also to like bring up these changes that are coming to the stream in future weeks. The event itself, it was very cool, very fun. CoolStuffCon was more sparsely attended than I anticipated. I thought that we were gonna like get no one to show up and it was gonna be like 7 people or whatever, but like a lot of the events were pretty small, and CoolStuffCon had 23 people, which is kind of a small number when you say it in terms of a scope of a Magic tournament, but honestly, not a bad showing at all compared to like a lot of the other events that were happening at the convention and also just Duel Commander in general. It seemed like everyone, CoolStuffCon staff included, felt like the event was a pretty phenomenal success, and I had a lot of fun. People there seemed to be excited. We had a lot of people that were like actual either Duel Commander regulars, a lot of people from like the content creator community, also people that were just like playing in their like smaller local circuits that were just showing up to their first bigger paper event, which was very exciting to see. As far as the actual tournament went, I didn't do that great. I lost my win into top 8. But I really enjoyed my deck still. My buddy played my Cloud list. I literally just gave him the deck. And he made top 8, lost in the quarterfinals. Both decks seemed great. The meta seemed like pretty balanced. It was like 2 copies was like the most in the entire tournament. Both copies of 2099 did make top 8. But I got knocked out in the. I think they both got knocked out in the semis. No, one of them got knocked out in the quarterfinals. But I recorded. I'm not gonna make any promises here, but I did record all of my matches on a real shitty last minute like phone camera like tripod that I bought. I have not checked the quality of the videos yet, but I'm planning to at least attempt to make some content, some post commentary content with Duelcast MTG for those of you that follow him on YouTube. His Duel Commander YouTube content. He was also at the event. We had even played a match in the event. So we were planning on doing some duo commentary on that at some point in the future. Again, with the caveat that these videos are actually watchable, it was like kind of at an awkward angle. I obviously couldn't check to make sure that the glare and the card angles were all looking good because I was kind of recording in the middle of the match. It was all kind of like off the cuff. Pretty scuffed recording setup, very last minute idea, but hopefully look forward to that. I will be checking out those videos in the near term, and at least letting you guys know if that content is coming down the pipeline. But it would be really cool to go over some like live paper matches. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And thoroughly enjoyed my first actual paper Duel Commander event. Not really counting the like LGS league that I had in college a decade ago, but that's about it. let's get into it. Let's play some more Quintorius. I think it's gonna be like we'll play some more Quint today. I'm doing some changes now that we're not like testing for the exact paper list that I had. We're cutting the combo stuff again. I wanted to try some other stuff. We cut 4 combo cards and added Seamrip, Fable, and the 2 Geddons. I don't know how I feel about the Geddons yet. I played like 1 league with them. They felt okay. I feel like Geddons are like a very anti-combo card, and I really haven't just felt like it's a combo meta, but Lumra feels like a deck that is just like looming, but people don't want to play it, especially online, trying to execute the combo, but it feels like definitely one of the best decks in the format, and it's just like you kind of want to respect it in your deck building. But we'll try it. Want to try and make room for some other stuff too. I want to try like maybe like 1 or 2 more mana rocks. Maybe try the Wandering Emperor again, a card that I cut to just like make room to try other cards, but a card that I still like. But no one else seems to, so maybe I should just leave it cut, huh? But mostly the same list. Oh, I also cut the Sun-Baked Canyon for a Flagstones to go with the uh Geddons. Scrubbed Legacy Weeklies, not missing the start of stream. Why are we not 5-0 yet? We're trying, okay? But yeah, the CoolStuffCon staff seemed really happy with how the Duel Commander event went, and I was also really happy with it. It was just really awesome. So I'm hoping that they will continue to support the event, and as CoolStuffCon grows, that the Duel Commander event will grow as well. It is very unfortunate that the next CoolStuffCon is on the same weekend as Eternal Weekend. So if Eternal Weekend decides to host a Duel Commander event, then it's going to be probably a pretty low turnout for CoolStuffCon, but it is what it is. I'm definitely looking forward to trying to support their events more in the future. Next week is B&R week, right? We get a ban list announcement. Is next week the last Monday? My plan was to kind of do Legacy like the last stream of each month for the next like 2 months ish at least, and then maybe that ramp that up to like every other week, like progressively do more and more Legacy streams as I get closer to Eternal Weekend. I want to test more and more for it. So like May, June, July, probably do like 1, and then like August, September, maybe do 2, and then October, like the month of Eternal Weekend, maybe just do a bunch of Legacy. But it depends a lot on my own schedule, and if they announce that there's Duel Commander at Eternal Weekend, maybe we want to keep testing there. We'll see. Schedule will just be a little bit in flux as time goes on. I definitely want to get in a little bit more Legacy reps, especially because they made Legacy that much more palatable with the new ban list update. Oh, I literally opened up the calendar to check if tomorrow was, or if next week was the last Monday where we're going to get an announcement, and then I got sidetracked by talking about the schedule. Yeah. The 26th, the 25th is the last Monday of the month, so we should get Duel Commander B&R update, which feels weird that I would then stream Legacy, but if they do something like really crazy, if it's not just like I don't know, if they do something really exciting that would warrant me wanting to like go play more Duel Commander immediately, maybe I'll do that instead. But I'm planning for Legacy. I can't envision a world where they do something like I don't even know what they could do to make me like I gotta play right now. Even if they just like banned 2099, it wouldn't really affect my decision to queue up a league. We haven't even played against that much in leagues lately. They unban balance. That would get me to play Quint. Legacy, you'll get to try out a really good one drop. Aether Vial? Aether Vial's a pretty good one drop. It makes a ton of mana. Thoughtseize is a pretty good one drop. That's like one of the best one drops there is, I think. Discounting the really broken stuff, I guess. Like you're never gonna be worse than, you know, Ancestral Recall, Dark Ritual, Soul Ring, Brainstorm. But like Thoughtseize is a pretty powerful card. I don't speak Italian, sorry. I don't know what that is. It doesn't sound very good though. Hopefully we'll get some matches today, huh? I'm less dedicated to this. Maybe we just turn today into a Legacy stream. But I wanted to like specifically do a Duel Commander stream to kind of recap the Duel Commander event and, you know, talk about the list. I don't want to say too much about my matchups. I guess spoilers don't really matter. I'm sure I'll talk about them as time goes on. Talk about all the matches I played, but like I said, hopefully my matches are watchable and we can do some paper coverage with them instead. We'll have to see. I did a lot of like practice matches too, just a lot of fun matches between a bunch of the people in the Duel Commander community on Friday and Saturday. Got a lot of good paper testing in. I realized I fucking hate Surveil lands and how much they make you just like fetch them out on turn one all the time. Like 25-30% of my games are like fetch go, okay, on your end step, fetch, just dig, dig, find my Surveil land in your 99 card singleton deck. It's awful. But I can't like play Cloud either because Cloud also tutors maybe even more than Quint does. He casts Cloud like 3 times a game. That's like cracking 3 fetches, right? We only have 7 fetches and a gamble and maybe 1 or 2 other cards to tutor. The Tithe, the Oliphant. Okay, no, we have like 8 fetches and Tithe and Oliphant. We got probably more shuffling on average in this deck. You're on 2-minute delay. Get with the program. My opponents need to get with the program too. Where are all the people at? I also need to talk with Daybreak. I've been slacking on that after like polling trial timings. My instinct is that the best way to line up trial timings is to try to cater to the French community, even though they don't seem to want to play Duel Commander. But there's like no the incentive is so little for the American audience, unfortunately, because none of the grinders are going to play the format because there's no like outlet, there's no showcases or mocks or anything, so they just ignore it. So you might as well try to cater to the majority of your player base, at least at the beginning, in order to like, you know, establish a populace at the at the trials. It's really bothering me. I have chat open just off screen on the right here, and for some reason this like it keeps there's this little like shifting between here. I can just show you. It's like gift a subscription and cheer your way to the top, and it just keeps switching between these two. And because there's like this the big purple button. It keeps like catching my eye as it shifts between the two, and I want it to stop. Having chat open would bother you? Yeah, that's true. I don't know why I have chat open. I hate you guys. Just click give sub, it'll stop. I can't even do anything. Can I cheer myself? I have bits. I have 17 bits. Oh man, I can donate bits to myself. Look at that. Remember when you could like watch ads to get bits? That was crazy. Hey, Daylisle, thanks for the resub. Much appreciated. Talking about subs. Yeah, see, that was my thinly veiled excuse to plug get all your Twitch Prime subs. Was just like, you know, slyly talking about subbing in the chat. If everyone subscribes, maybe this gift a subscription button will go away. What's up, Harain? How's it going? Is this high tide? No, I have a YouTube video if you want to see some high tide action, though. I have just the YouTube video for you. This is going at the pace of the average high tide game, though. No one seems to be around. I don't want to see high tide. I don't want to play high tide. Y'all remember how fucking stressful that deck was? It was horrible. It took me to like match 3 to figure out that I'm not like the intuition pile's not supposed to have the brain freeze in it. It's supposed to have like the tutor for the brain freeze or whatever. I remember the Azusa stream. The Azusa stream didn't go that bad, I don't think, right? Your article got my friend Lear. I do love to hear that. I think we timed out 2 matches with Azusa. That doesn't sound like me. Did I time out or did I lose with like 1 or win with like 1 minute on the clock? I don't often straight up lose to the clock. Chat, pull out receipts. Alright, we don't have anything else to do. We're checking. I'm pulling up the Azusa stream. Where are you at? XJ Cloud, Duel Commander, Azusa. Alright. Wait, is this match 2? Shit. Alright, match 1 I won with plenty of time against Kalilis. I guess maybe I should pull this up on screen, huh? So much work. I've never actually browsed YouTube on my my actual channel. I have the weirdest fucking the suggestions are insane. The video suggestions, because I never actually use my my like actual channel to watch things. I have an alt. But like, what the fuck? This video looks based though. This video rules. All right. Anyway, match 2 is Cloud. We win this, right? We have 34 seconds on the clock, and then we win, and then they die, right? That's how this works. Yeah, look at me killing them with 23 seconds on my clock. Thank you very much. Timing out. Can I just reacting to a video about the history of Doomsday? Not even a little bit, dog. The only thing I'm less interested in than Doomsday is learning about the history of Doomsday. I'm gonna be so for real with you. I respect the quality and the appreciation that a lot of the community had for your video, but I just don't consume content like that. And I think we just get murdered by Leia really fast, right? Yeah, real talk though, for those of you that do consume that sort of content, Harin's video, I have heard, because I did not watch it, I've heard it was very good, and I don't doubt that in the slightest. If you're interested in watching a video about the history of Doomsday, absolutely go check out Ryan's channel. I can pull it up to plug it in a second here, but we're busy proving me right. And then we died super fast to High Tide, which was to be expected. And then we beat Nadu, I guess. I don't really love that we're 4 matches in and the video still has an hour and 20 minutes left. Doesn't really bode well for the last match here, though. Hey, maybe it just takes a while to fire, which it looks like it did. Yeah, and then they die, and I have like 2 minutes on the clock. Look at that. This is like totally fine. We didn't time out a single time. Chat's a bunch of haters. This one was just a long match, too. Look, my opponent had like 4 minutes on the clock. We weren't even down that much. Are we still doing the 5-point giveaway? Been fully debunked. Boom, got him. Outplayed. We did. The clock was red twice, so you were actually like a little close. Watching the video again, I did remember like we had a really long cloud match. Oh, I forgot to plug Harin's video though. YouTube. I'm really gonna put this fucking video in my YouTube search history. It's gonna make things so much worse. What do you think? What's the SOE on your video, Harin? If I just type history of Doomsday, do you think I get it? Probably not. I probably have to specify magic, huh? Let's try it. Nope. This is no. Yeah, this is all this is all Marvel or fucking DC, whatever. Oh, you're like the fourth video actually. Look at that. Did I say SOE? SEO? Yeah, search engine optimization was what I meant. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, fifth. You're the fifth one. Your title doesn't even actually have History of Doomsday. So that's actually pretty good, probably. I don't know. I don't know search engine optimization. Anyway, here, you guys can have the link to the video. Bryant Cook. I didn't say anything. What do you think, Chad? Are we just switching the legacy day to today instead? We should. That should really be the plan. Is just rather than having a dedicated legacy day at the end of the month, I should just dedicate the random days where Duel Commander just doesn't fucking fire even a little bit, and just swap to legacy instead. That should be the play. Hey, Hooray, thanks for the resub. Much appreciated, buddy. When are you coming back to streaming, huh? All right, we'll give it a 20 minutes. If we don't get there in 20 minutes, then we'll switch over to Legacy. When you get Gladiator on WoW, I don't know what any of those words mean, man. How many pictures of my cat is required for 1/2 league of Boros energy? I accept payment in cold hard cash. How much was I charging for people to do Duel Commander Leagues? I think it was $20. I study social work. I don't have that. Well, I guess I'm free from playing Boros Energy and Legacy then. What am I playing tonight? Probably just Black White, huh? If we discuss the upcoming Star Trek set, I mean, the complete lack of anything. I get no, not really. I guess it's a set that's coming out. How isn't it like 4 sets away? Don't we have like Marvel and Hobbit and Reality Fracture and then Star Trek? The Star Trek set's like very much not on my radar because all those other sets come out before Eternal Weekend at least, so like that they matter in my worldview. They affect things that I'm planning on taking part in. It seems like we're playing Black White, huh? No Legacy. I should probably change the title. I'll change the title to Legacy this week, and then I guess Duel Commander next week, huh? I think all the universe beyond us subconsciously waned my interest in Magic. You are not alone, but I don't. I understand and I empathize with those folks out there that have this problem. I do not have this problem, for better or for worse. It does not affect Universes Beyond. Does not affect my enthusiasm for Magic in the slightest. What's Akleth doing, huh? Let's steal his list and then change it because Oops is banned. Akleth. I hate Universe Beyond in theory, but it got close friends to Magic, so I guess I like. That's the thing is that like people do talk about that a lot about how it's like, oh, Universe Beyond ruined Magic for me, but like they're and then it's like, oh, are the people getting into Magic through Universe Beyond really getting into Magic, or are they just getting into the Universe Beyond set? It's like, no, they're getting into Magic. I'm sorry that it's worse for you out there now, but there are a lot of people out there that are like excited to play Magic because of these sets. Both these things can be true. Your enthusiasm can be lessened, and others' enthusiasms can be heightened. Literally, the only thing I care about in Magic is how cool the cards are in terms of how they play in the formats and the decks that I enjoy. That's I don't care. Pure Aware, like one of my favorite cards in the past decade, probably. I don't give a shit that that's Universes Beyond. Pure fucking rules. I think they should Pure more in Modern. It's taking too long to load an Akalith list. Let's just assume that one of these lists is up to date. I do wish Pre-Reformer did make like any sense flavor wise. Yeah, perhaps. I like in that vein. Meteor Sword is very nice, huh? Because it's like a direct shout out to a real Magic card, right? Meteor Golem, except it's a sword. One of these lists gotta be like updated. There's maybe some like we can pretend there's some flavor there about like it's we're unearthing the clothes, right? And unearth is a Magic card that exists, right? You're digging up the pre-war clothing, something like that. Oh wow, it was a really old list. We got a fucking cauldron here, huh? What's the last time I had a goddamn D&T list? All right, Akleth list from like a month ago. That's probably good enough. It's got a roads. Yeah, it was good enough for me. Download. Do you think Moto says? Do you think Moto lets me say piss? Nice, piss is not on the sensor. Feels like you don't actually even need to change this list a lot to like factor in the lack of existence of oops all spells, huh? This deck's sideboard was already like, well, our plan was already dodge. Oh god, I hate it when I import a deck list and it gives me all random bullshit planes. My fiance who never cared about the game keeps asking me when the next MLP / Final Fantasy / full IP hero cards are. Yeah, it expanded. It like really broadened the excitement that Magic brought to a lot of new audiences. I do think, yeah, I mean, there are always going to be failure sets. Like Spider-Man was like a pretty bad set, but I don't think that's Universes Beyond's fault. I think it was the design of the set's fault. The Spider-Man being like a weird mini set, right? And then like the weird draft format that no one really liked, and yeah, Spider-Man was like they tried to salvage the Aftermath set after Aftermath was so poorly received. Oh, I should change the stream title, huh? Legacy stream this week. Do I want to change anything? Not really. Let's just fucking ship it, huh? Probably sub this Fairy Macabre for like anything. I feel like this deck list is like kind of dog shit against Tron, and I suspect that Tron's gonna be a menace for like 2 more months. I don't really know if that's a solvable problem without just like playing mono white. So let's just ship it instead. Also bring Dr. Who to MTGO? Yeah, for real. I mean, that's not gonna happen, but for real. I have a weird Liliana instead of my usual Orzhov symbol. Yeah, whatever. Any bets that we're just gonna queue into Oops All Spells round 1? Some sicko that just cut 4 Undersea Informers and put in 4 Lively Dirges and called it a day, and then we're just gonna like lose 0-2, and I'm just gonna tilt close the stream. They announced that like the Marvel cards were coming, like getting universes within or whatever it was called. Thought you were gonna say Beseech. What the heck is a Lively Dirge? It's just 5 mana. Put Balustrade Spine to play. I have Ugly Yorion too. Fuck! I checked the planes and the plow. Wait, did I even change the plows? I searched plow. I don't even remember changing them though. Oh well, we'll survive. We'll get by. Have I always been like slightly off center, and I just didn't fix it? Wow, it's real scuffed stream today. What's happening? I can't. I went to my mouse to look at what they were playing, what their commander was. Oh god. There's no coming back from that. But yeah, I feel like I mean I think Deadpool's probably just like never showing up, but I feel like there's nothing really stopping them now. And maybe there's just like weird contractual bullshit that they only got allowed for like standard legal sets or something. What else? Oh god, I don't know anything anymore. I don't know how this format works. Chat. I feel like I don't want a second White Orchid Phantom against basic Plains Go. Also makes my Overlord guaranteed to hit. Just like this is Maverick? This is Green White Depths? Maverick something? Yeah, it's definitely a deck with the card Green Sun Zeta, certainly. I guess we're just overlording here. I'm probably not supposed to play this Wasteland. I don't... No, if they, like, Wasteland me, I'm not casting White Orchid Phantom anyway. Because they wouldn't have anything to hit. We milled our 4 more. We have 2 4 mores, though. Right? I'm not insane? Yeah. Yeah, Stoneford seems a lot better here. Don't really want to Solitude this. I think this White Orchid is pretty dog-eared for Solituding something that's scary as well. Flooded Strand. Are they, like, Bant Green Sun Zenith something? Or I guess maybe they're just, like, Flooded Strand is fetch number 5. Nope. I don't know what's happening. Cast a, I don't know, what on God's earth is this even gonna be? With the protection thing? Like, a Hex Drinker? What's happening? This is really not what I needed in my Return to Legacy stream. It's just like the most random fucking bullshit on the other side of the table. Alright, 4 cards in hand. X-Shape it out Legacy so long you can't recognize common decks, SMH. Thanks. Yeah, this is definitely on me that I'm not recognizing Bant Hex Drinker. I think I just want to, like, plow check them. What did I... Cauldron check them? Meteor Sword check them now, I guess. 4 more doesn't seem that exciting. I get back a White Orchid Phantom that doesn't really do anything. I think we're kind of okay if the Stoneforge gets plowed. We could potentially get Sash or Formalware to pitch to a second Theory Solitude. We're probably going to have to... Almost certainly going to have to Solitude this Hex Drinker, but not until they put 2 more mana into it. Oh wait, this thing has protection from instance, not protection from everything yet. I think I do still want to kill it though. Wait. I mean, I guess I could like to wait to see if they have plow. And then Solitude it after. They gain like 2 extra life, but I think that's fine. Pitching an Uro is wild. Makes me feel like they just have double force or something, but they would need double force like force blue card plow his last 3 cards. I'm just gonna like let this get protection from instance, I think. Because I can't just Meteor Sword it unless they have plow here. If they have plow, then we can Solitude it. There it is. This is kind of what it felt like. Yeah, I don't really think I want that. I do want that. I think Witch Enchanter is worse here than any card I could grab with Stoneforge. I really don't want them to like draw blue card or force a will here. I could let them like try to pump more mana into it or something, but I don't think I care that much. I think this one's getting 4 more. Lion Sash. I guess they played an Uro, but maybe I just get Lion Sash and then play Lion Sash. Oh, right. There's a Collector Roof in play. Maybe not. Yeah, it's fine. There's only a Collector Roof in play for now. God, I have this ugly Yorion in my deck for the whole fucking league. This sucks. I didn't even change the plows. I searched Swords of Plowshares and then saw nothing, and then I stopped because I had the filter up to 5 for getting the basics. I have ugly plows in my deck, too. And these ones aren't actually that bad. I thought I was going to have these plows. Let's fix this deck at least. While my opponent decides on a game action to take. Much better. Yeah, sure. Do have to be a little bit cognizant of our life total here, huh? Not if they don't kill my Stoneforge, though. I fucking knew there was gonna be a Knight of the Reliquary in this deck! That's a pretty good one. I think I just kind of want to add Yorion to my hand, though. Meteor Sword this Knight. We are getting a little low, but probably fine. We could just we could suspend the other Overlord instead of playing Yorion and like pick up Solitude. Kind of want to Stone Rain them, but yeah, Knight for sure has to die. I feel like they just never win if we if we resolve Yorion next turn. I'm gonna fetch Scrub Land here. Maybe that's stupid. My opponent seems like the type of sicko who would back to basics me. I think I just lose if I get back to basics on this turn specifically, though. Hey, maybe not. Overlord is coming off suspend here soon. Where did I put my water? There it is. Over under this deck plays Gilded Drake. I'll take the under. I don't think they do. They can't fit Gilded Drake and a Green Sun Zenith package. In 60 cards, I don't have a Yorion. It's just like Maverick with Force and cantrips so far. Ugh. I might just cast Yorion, depends on how this turn cycle goes. Or I might just cast Overlord instead of Yorion, depending on how this turn cycle goes. Am I supposed to play around Daze at any point? They haven't had it yet. They're also a Forest Plains deck, which practically guarantees that I'm going to get dazed now. No blocks. I should maybe start to get a little bit worried about my life total, but not yet. Life would be a little bit better if I had just grabbed Formal Awareness of the Lion Sash, though. Green Sun for 2. Getting an Ice Fang Quaddle. Yeah, you got it. I think I'm just gonna shoot the Quaddle. I was probably supposed to attack. Stack it so that I tutor first. And I guess just shoot this Ice Fang Quaddle. Give my last equipment. Trigger. Get a Solitude. Life's great. Opponent seems very dead. Easy peasy. Classic D&T versus other slow control deck that doesn't have a Yorion. How the hell do I sideboard here? Like... These White Orchid Phantoms seem pretty horrible. We could, like, shave up Formalware, probably. Like, I kind of want Wrath of those guys a little bit. Are they a Mana Dork deck? Who could say? But, like, Wrath of those guys is nice against Hex Drinker, that's for sure. With Pawn, yeah, you don't think our opponent's enough of a sicko to be playing Noble Hierarch and Ponder in the same deck? And their Green Sun Zenith Night of the Reliquary deck. They gotta be. You put Night of the Reliquary in your deck. You don't put like Mana Dorks in. They almost certainly have the Dryad Arbor at least, but like they gotta be playing some Noble Hierarchs, right? What if we call Emperor's good against Uro, kind of. Let's do this. Let's just play with the Miser's Wrath of the Skies, because it's probably better than the second Formal Wear, and just call it a day. And if we get to a game 3, we can maybe change things further. Yeah, good enough. Do you think this deck plays Flow State? Green Zenith and Flow State is not a combo. Yeah, that one seems pretty good. My land! Okay, I don't really care that much. I kind of don't want to Thoughtseize them now. I think I'm just going to go Plains. I don't really want to fetch Surveil necessarily. And if they play like a 2-drop, I'd really like to go Plow into Overlord. Potentially. Although it's much better for me if I play Felia into the Overlord turn instead. I mean, I could always still do that. Plow into, like, Wasteland Felia. But I really want to, like... I think Thoughtseizing them is kind of game-losing. Is potentially game-losing for me. Against second Wasteland. I think I'm gonna go Plains. We might draw another Black Source and change my line. But also, just these games almost always takes long enough that you can just cast Overlord. You can just suspend your Overlord and then it'll just kill them in like 5 turns. Just don't have anything. Okay. Alright, yeah, I'm definitely down to just jam Ophelia now. Surveil land? Just flash in a Script Ranger? Nope, alright. My wasteland. That's fine. Means we're not getting our Black Source wastelanded. Which is exactly why we sequenced like this. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. This is a temptation to want to Thoughtseize here. I think I'm fine trying to high roll them a little bit. No, my scrubland! Cut it out! Don't have another plow, too. Come on, that wouldn't be chill. Nice. Green Sun Zenith for 1. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Yeah, nice Noble Hierarch. See, I know my shit. Let's fucking go. Almost out of fetchable black sources. Force a will, or do you lose? Oh, nice, you lose. Stoneforge, I guess we have plenty of removal. Recruiter's slow for everything else. I don't even really think I want to Solitude this Noble Hierarch. Years of playing the Maverick matchup post Skyclave Apparition has taught me that it's just like not actually correct to bolt the bird against Maverick. Oh, well, I guess we get both. Opponent, I don't have a good feeling about your chances in this game. Green Sun for 3. Get a Knight of the Reliquary. Get a creature that will enter the battlefield and do nothing, and then let me untap. Knight of Autumn? That's fucked up. I don't really care that much. There's like an 8 million for one. Thoughtseize Stoneforge, probably. Let's take a look. Wow, your hand sucks. I think we're just gonna get Sash in case they top deck Uro. Nice. Cycle. Oh, look at that. I'm so smart. Okay, well, I can just cast the Lion Sash now. Yeah, it's fine. Their hand is Trop Force. Kind of nice to have a land, but it is what it is. What are you meowing about, huh? Alright, I think my opponent is very dead. Will I finally cast Solitude this turn? Probably not. Seeing Dog would fix me. I don't know where she went. I heard her meow really loudly. Like she was in the room, and I can't see her. She might be like hiding under one of the chairs. Blast Zone? Yeah, it's fine. I guess all my things are 2-drops. It's like a little annoying. Maybe I should block. Can I kill them? Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They'd be a 12. No. Oh, I just Meteor Sword the Blast. What am I doing? I forgot I had that. Yeah, that's fine. I should have just done this last turn instead of the. Okay, yeah. Instead of the whole Lion Sash thing. Kind of. Probably could have just blown up all their blue sources or something. Oh well, it is what it is. Felt like there was basically no way to lose that game. Hello, kitty, you're back. What are you yelling about, huh? What's your problem? You want to come up here and say hi? Dayla wants to see you. Come on. Come on. Come on. She's here. She's staring at what appears to be a cicada carcass, maybe, stuck to the window there. I guess this hand's fine. Cicada carcass lying around your room. No, on the outside of the window. In the the window mesh. It looks like there's like a. It looks like it's a cicada carcass at least. I can't tell. Some sort of like dead or exoskeleton of an insect. There's a window right over there. On the outside, you can see the little mesh screen. It's probably just like always a card to put on top. Can you not, kitty? Card just seems actively great like all the time. Surely my opponent wouldn't do something fucked up. Making me regret putting an Overlord on the top of my library. Oh, nope, I don't regret putting an Overlord on the top of my library at all. I think I am just going to White Orc Phantom this Ancient Tomb, assuming this is Eldrazi. Guess it could technically be Moonstompy, but... yeah. Moonstompy 2026. Hey, it got second place recently. Granted, it was Kulu one of the only people that I respect playing Moonstompy at any point. I wonder what this could be. Any guesses? Any guesses what our opponents may have? What could they possibly have here? Wow, 4 mana. Say go. How unlucky that they have nothing. It's the old collected company or Avacyn standards where you're gonna just pass with the very obvious amount of mana. Oh dang, I just don't have a play. Surprised they have the planes. This is a wastes. I didn't even know Final Fantasy had basic wastes actually. I wonder what they could possibly have. I don't really know. I don't think this really changes my line at all. Maybe I'm supposed to like Flicker Wisp this Chalice. I could recruit Solitude to prevent like a nuclear Flesh Raker turn. It also gives me some extra Flicker Wisp value on board in case they do exile my thing, but it seems like they might have opted to just scry and make guys instead. I could play the Overlord as well to set up for the Flicker Wisp. Just like Overlord plus Surveil land's not bad. It's a little bad if we miss, but honestly, that seems kind of fine. Are they still playing the bounce the thing that kills my Overlord Eldrazi? I don't know what Eldrazi lists look like nowadays. We can't we can't keep doing this. Just cast your spell. Ooh, Ophelia, you say? Don't mind if I do. Are you gonna untap and wait till the trigger resolves this time? No. What if they just don't have it and they've just been like really trying to get bluff equity? They are still killing my thing and scrying. Okay, that's fine. Happy that we didn't, cast Flicker Wisp targeting our White Orchid Phantom or some shit like that. Also means they're not going up on mana, which is good for me. The fact that they're like digging instead of making guys is always nice. It means they're not just gonna like blow me up with like an 8 mana turn or whatever. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. Please don't cast Cleric Fleshraker into 8 mana worth of stuff. Oh, thought not. Yeah, that's fine. Kind of have to take Wisp, I think. Unless they have like Lotus Petal Naturalize guy. Take Recruiter. All right. Second thought, not. Board the Naturalize guy. Damn. That answers that question, huh? Surveil into something exciting. Hmm. One card left in hand. I can Flicker Wisp the Chalice and Wasteland. Loki kind of want to Wasteland the Temple instead of the Eye of Ugin. Is that insane? Happily trade the Flicker Wisp the Battle Mage if offered. This Thought Knot chunks me, but then we can, get like Felia, Flicker Wisp stuff online slowly. I think this is a keep. I think it's lower range of keeps, but a keep nonetheless. Even just supposed to always wasteland Saivu again, I'm not sure. I guess I could have like played Witch Enchanter and flickered that. Got another body. But then I don't get to wasteland this turn. They only have one card in hand. Does Ivugan even like do anything big at this point in the game? They can't just like go crazy with a bunch of spells. If they have like land K command for 2, and then they have like 2 cards after that, then maybe. But like, I'd rather strand them with extra Ivugan, I think. Or if they don't have another land, they can't cast a K command. Unfortunate that I wanted to flicker this Chalice Void last turn a little bit. And then they played out their second petal. Uh-oh, Glaring Fleshraker is scary. Ooh, never mind. Let's recruit Solitude, Fleshraker, pitching Witch Enchanter. We take some knocks from Thought-Knot, but I don't think it's enough knocks to be that worried. It's obviously a little scary. We could, like, hit the Thought-Knot instead to draw a card, try to find an answer for the Fleshraker, but I think we're more likely to be treading water here. Top deck, Stoneforge Mystics, Swords to Plowshares, Pre-War Formalware, Land. Gonna grab Scrubland. Oops, nope. I didn't know my whole hand. What am I doing? Trying to like bluff Orcish Bowmasters or something. Attacking's not. I don't think attacking's free. If they play the Haste Eldrazi, I think I'd rather. Would I still rather jump in that scenario? Oh, the Herald's the end. That's kind of fine. Go to 4 here. My Caracas! Guess that's a reason to wasteland Iafugan, right? Petrified Hamlets are like. I just name Wasteland, sure. Is there any good reason not to block this? Because I can untap and play Yorion and like just fucking body them beyond space and time, and I just gain more life than this thing deals. They have 1 card in hand. Yeah, those are pretty good reasons. Am I supposed to sequence this turn? I guess just attack, flicker, cast your and flicker the other thing. Oh, that's pretty good too. I'm gonna go get White Orchid Phantom now that I have a plow in hand. Yeah, it's fine. Damn, Wasteland twice. Fair. Wonder if supposed to keep land in case of Reality Smasher? Yeah, perhaps. Okay, they died. I was thinking about, like, holding up Crocus Yorion and casting Plow, but yeah. Reasonable. Get some Erodes in the deck. Nothing here screams particularly bad against Eldrazi to me anymore. Get the Sash out of here. Get like Trim Thoughtseize. Usually this was a matchup where you tripped, like, you cut all your Orcish Bowmasters, but we have Emperors. Emperors are definitely a lot better. Just like a big body and can rebuy Solitudes. They're not great, mind you. They are like pretty slow and pretty like black mana intensive. So we could potentially still just like trim 2 Emperors or something. It's probably just between that and Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize certainly worse on the draw against the Chalice deck. But I do just like Thoughtseize because you don't have that many turn 1 plays, and Thoughtseize can prevent you from just fucking dying. Let's just trim some Emperors. Maybe we're supposed to trim. I kind of like all our 3s. We could maybe cut the Wisp or something instead, but this seems okay. Are we supposed to be splitting our... No, they just... I'm thinking about like the Petrified Hamlet thing. They just always name Marsh Flats though, right? If they're like trying to get... Well, step 1, they always name Wasteland, probably. Step 2, if they're trying to get you, they name Marsh Flats, and you obviously can't split your Marsh Flats. So there's no reason. Alright, well, we keep. It that heralds the end? I think we're just fucking launching these wastelands. Gives me more time to decide if I want to end up fetching like a black source if we draw a black card, or if we draw another white source. Hit the heralds the end's not that crazy, not that scary, and we have a second wasteland to keep hammering their mana base. Ooh, the basic wastes. You love to see it. Second white source. Alright, we might have to just fetch Surveil instead of plowing this then. Although if they go like Soul Land, Fleshraker, then I think we just have to plow it, yeah. And then hope that we rip a white source. And if not, we can still cast Stoneforge and Felia, so it's not the end of the world. Go to combat. Come on. Get that shit out of here. Four cards in hand. Classic. I think I Wasteland. Better odds of my Stoneforge living. Stoneforge Meteor Sword or something. What is your problem? Why are you yelling so much today, kitty? Eldrazi. I probably should plow this. If we draw white swords, I definitely want to plow it, just so I can get it off. Well, actually, the White Orc Phantoms just like fully invalidate it. Maybe we'll sit on the plow. Maybe I'll regret this, but they have a lot scarier cards than a 2/2. Deal. Oh, yeah. I love the fail to find. Yeah, let's go. I'm just gonna cast the Stoneforge. I'm not even gonna like set up the Felia. Meteor Sword their ass. No attacks. Don't really want to trade 2 damage for 2 damage. Yeah, we did it. Flawless victory? Yeah. Plow, untap, Meteor Sword your land. We have another Stone Rain in the chamber, and then like we get to Felia Phantom them out of the game. Easy peasy. What? 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 You want to come back up? You want to say hi to chat? You just gonna walk around the chair and yell? Meow. 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 You do not remember how to jump? Do you forget? Yeah. Am I supposed to keep these hands in Legacy? We have Surveils are broken, right? We can keep those. Like 5 lands. Maybe I'm supposed to hit the mulligan button, huh? Kind of used to just like lands being really good. You just hit your land drops and cast your commander. What do I want this against? What do I want this hand against? Tempo, I guess, which is a pretty prominent part of the format. Not a lot else. Yeah, we should hit the mulligan button, huh? Mulligan button broken. If this was like a real spell, I think I would keep, but... Fuck. Never mulligan. Mediocre 7 into unkeepable 6. Continually one of the worst feelings in Magic. And you're like, this is borderline. We can get a little bit better. This is this is just my 7 again. Bottom this and bottom the. Do we just keep mono removal? This Ember doesn't do anything. But like, it's a 2-drop. Bones is worth in a vacuum. There's a lot of graveyard stuff going on. Skyclave is somewhat covered by the existence of a source of plowshares. I don't know. Our opponent did mull to 6, so we're not like completely fucking dead or anything. Oh boy. Are we completely fucking dead to just like reanimate? Oh shit. Get him, get him, get him, get him. We're alive. Huh. Alrighty then. I think I have to take this Karn. Regardless of the fact that... Okay, enough. Stop stabbing me. Really wish I had a Skyclave apparition in my hand instead of a Emperor Bones, huh? I mean, them's the breaks. Karn, just deeply terrifying card that will probably get me at some point this game. Painter plus Pyroblast, also scary, but kind of just price of admission, I think. This is just what the game's going to be about. I think I'm going to take this Karn. Maybe they'll Stone Rain me. That would be insane. I guess Animal to 5 wouldn't be insane, but Stone Raining D&T's Black Sword, like, basic Swamp, isn't that exciting. Yeah, I think it makes more sense to hold the protection for your card. Plowing this doesn't really do anything. I could try to cast a different spell. As much as I want to play Shadowy Backstreet out, we can't plow Shadowy Backstreet. If we just play Emperor and it doesn't get plowed, which feels fairly likely, it does set us up nicely. If the Emperor doesn't get hit, then we can like potentially Shadowy Backstreet into something. Although we could also, if they wait too long, we can, plow in response. Although they're pretty gonna play second Painter next turn anyway. I don't really know what my plan is this game. Maybe they'll counter my Ember Bones for no reason. Come on. Come on. Look at how pyroblastable it is. You just never Pyroblast here. You just untap and play your second Painter, then Pyroblast if you really wanted to kill it. Play around Solitude. Unless the last card in their hand is like... I don't even know. Could have taken the Pyroblast. I feel like I'm never beating the Karn as if they hit one land in the next two cards. If I take the Pyroblast and then they just play Painter, and then this turn they play land and play Karn, I think I'm just like super dead. I mean, I'm not super alive here, but we at least have time to draw out of it. That is nice, honestly. Probably just means my Emperor is going to get shot, but that's also fine. Goodbye, sweet Emperor. Goodbye, friend. Banger. Probably not plowing this because they could draw a Goblin Engineer. They could also always draw Pyroblast, but it is what it is. These guys are only 2 damage a turn. Do we plow one next turn just so we can cast a 4/5. Plowing one just doesn't do anything, though. Maybe we just keep holding the plow until we find double removal. Plateau. Ooh. I think it's just Meteor Sword time. Hopefully they miss. Formula doesn't do anything. Sash doesn't do anything. You got a Reb. No Reb. Big. Reb. Not big. I do need to plow one of these stupid things. I think. They don't have a ton in the way of reach. And it's still a bad turn for them to cast Goblin Engineer. Not so much Goblin Welder, but... I think I still do need to plow this Welder and untap and cast Yorion. I don't have any artifacts in the yard, though. If they draw Engineer, then we really need this Welder dead, but then we also need the Engineer dead. I think we are plowing this Welder. I could hold up the shield on Yorion, technically, but I'd much rather get second Surveil land. I'm just putting land 7 on top. Almost certainly, right? Meteor Sword 1. Yorion. Crocus Yorion. Meteor Sword the other. Yeah, I guess that's also pretty good. Yoink. Well, we're dead. Tried our best. Put up a fight for our Moldify, but did not quite get there. A lot to board in, huh? I think White Orchid Phantom's kind of bait in this matchup. It gets a little bit better because they're just on, like, actual, like, Strawberry Shortcake, Enlightened Tutors in Painter, but still, like, it only really hits Saga, and we have other answers for Saga. They have Karns, too. I think this is what I want. Minus one more card. The Wisp. Seems okay. What isn't in their deck? If they have Karns and E-Tutor, maybe some other, like, white cards, they might have, like, a Portable Hole or something in there. Do they not have, like, Furies? What cards am I supposed to not be thinking about anymore? Maybe they have Fake Fury's side still. I always keep these hands and get Pithing Needled. I always keep these hands and get Pithing Needled, and we're gonna do it again. Maybe this hand wasn't even... I mean, I don't know. None of our cards are technically castable. But Wasteland and Disruptor Flute I both value very highly. I get my vial blown up. I'll be really sad about it. Okay, not the end of the world, but also not great. I long for the day that they just printed, instead of the stupid Razorgrass ambush, that they just printed a white equipment with no text on one side and a bolt land on the other side. One day. If they do have the Reb after I miss this land drop, they're definitely going to blow up my vial. But they might also not have that many Rebs post board. I'm just gonna get Meteor Sword. We have Formalware eventually. This vial's going to 3, so Sash doesn't do anything. And if they like have the bolt here, then yeah, we'll eventually Formalware it back probably. This turn we are going to perhaps recruit our white source if we don't draw it. Never mind. I'm supposed to just wasteland them here now that we have access to multiple land drops and they missed a land? Is this just like wasteland them, plow the welder, and just kind of put them in the dirt this way? Pretty far from this painter killing us. Oh, shoot. I did this in a way that they can technically get rid of their painter and get their land back, but I think that's still fine with me. Damn. Crew for land drop. And if we draw the land, we can just vial on 4. Could just keep it at 3 and grab Skyclave for a turn. Then we're not hitting a land. They're also not hitting a land. I'd rather hit the welder than the painter at this stage of the game. Let's grab Skyclave. Could always also erode our own recruiter at some point here. Now this Vial's gonna... The only reason the Vial going up would be good is if we draw runner lands. So I guess maybe we let the Vial cool for one turn. Oh boy. Getting supremely punished for my decisions. Now I don't tick up the land, because if we draw land, then we're super happy already, because we get to just flute this engineer. If we draw 3-drop, we're going to want to be able to put it into play. Shit. I don't think I erode this engineer. If they want to take a while and put Grindstone into play, and then Grindstone, and then also like Painter Me or whatever, then we have the erode. Four mana Karn. Well, I guess that's what we have the erode for too. A situation that I kind of just didn't think about, but is really good for me now. Unfortunately, now we need to hit land drop or removal spell, right? Or I guess they could also miss land drop here, but... What happens if I don't erode here and I draw the land? I just have to flute Grindstone, and then what? They get to minus Karn again and get something fucked up. And then obviously I can erode, and the odds of me drawing land or Skyclave or Recruiter are pretty good. Genuinely don't know what the play is here. It's got to be a road to the Karn, right? I need to miss, and then they need to hit, and we have like, of course, as I say that, it's definitely going to happen, but I think it's correct. Oh no, they don't need to hit because I'm giving them the 4th land. It's just I miss. Maybe I do need to wait one turn, huh? Then if I'm using the road here, then I'm losing to this Karn because I don't have a way to stop it or turn my Vals back on. If I miss, I could erode the Karn in their upkeep. They have 2 cards plus Grindstone in hand. Obviously not a land because no, they played they missed land for like several turns, and they played the Ancient Doom last turn to cast the Engineer, so they don't have a land. So we could wait and try to like erode this upkeep. That's slightly safer, I guess, but is worse if I draw exactly Plow. No, it's worse if I draw land because then I can't disrupt with the Engineer too. I'm just gonna erode this Karn and then take my lumps, and I definitely could have won this game had I played a little tighter. We'll just draw the land. It'll be fine. Not even worried. All right, alive. So I just eat the painter now. They don't have another painter currently, and I don't want them to like weld out the painter for their great furnace or something. If they like have another land and they tap out. Now the vials are going up. Because we could potentially Flicker Wisp for Witch Enchanter if we want. Or just go get like another 3. Or just Solitude. Jeez. My opponent's actually just playing like Strawberry Shortcake from like 2017. Plus Karn, I guess. Actual Imperial Recruiter. Thank Christ. What's the optimal choices that we make here, huh? Flute Engineer. They have no, we Flute Grindstone, right? I think we just Flute Grindstone when they. Yeah, we just Flute Grindstone and kill this engineer. They want to double block Felia, that's fine. Maybe they have a bolt. Nope. Yoink. Waiting to see if they cast like Enlightened Tutor here, yeah. Before I decide how to cast this, or to cast this Disrupt Flute. Oh, shoot. Shoot, they're just trying to kill me. Nice. No, I'll just name Grindstone. Oh yeah, this is definitely workable. We just need to rip a land. And they die. They also just, like, take 5 right here. Tutor another Skyclave. Yeah, let's just get Solitude. Oh, that was stupid. If they have, like, some insane shit like Second Bridge, I want Skyclave instead. Yeah, alright, they give up. Cool. Alright, well, I did not play that early game super tight, but it did not matter. Because we top decked the Skyclave Apparition at the most opportune moment. I'm starting to wonder if they have, like, what don't they have in their deck? On Imperial Recruiter, Enlightened Tutor, Karn. Do they have Fables? Do they have Karns? Do they have Sagas? They have to have Sagas, right? That would be insane. I haven't seen any of these cards. But that obviously doesn't mean they don't have them. A road killing Karn really saving my ass there, though, huh? Eat your heart out, Path to Exile. This hand feels too slow on the draw versus Painter, especially like they're trying to combo me pretty aggressively. They have a fucking LED in their deck. You kind of want a Thoughtseize or a Plow or a Solitude. I think I would have kept this on the play, but we have too many good cards to mulligan to on the draw, yeah. I'll bottom second Caracas. Second Philly is also not the best, but second Caracas is just Lotus Petal. We really want... it's Spirit Guide, too. We really want to be cognizant of not getting Karned. Here. Blood Moon. It's not my favorite, but not the end of the world either, if they just Soul and Blood Moon me here. I don't really think I'm supposed to be playing around that for a lot of reasons. The most important of which is the fact that, like, we didn't know if we wanted to fetch a Plains or a... It was more likely that we were going to end up fetching a Swamp anyway. But also, God knows if they had Blood Moon in their deck. I guess with the Enlightened Tutor, it's a little bit free, but trying the Solitude here is very good. It means we don't just get randomly killed by the combo. If we can't get up to Violon 2 Flicker Blood Moon. Yeah. Probably gonna Felia, attack, fetch, Flicker Blood Moon, fetch, Plains, Kill Welder. Do I want to fetch Swamp, second Plains? Do I leave this Violon 2 to play around, like, fucking Pyrokinesis or something? Like, I don't know. No, well, thank you for that. I was about to take the Vial up to 3. I guess they're playing around like Flicker Wisp or something, but wow. I was about to get super owned by that. Sure, 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 sure. Let's leave this file on 2 now. Is it worth solituding this? Do I really want to solitude this? They need like land, spirit. Like we are insulated from the combo. We have a solitude in our hand. If we're gonna untap and get Felia next turn, and then we can like fetch, they will have the ability to put in a Painter Servant instead of a Grindstorm if they really want to. I just don't know if I care. I just don't really know if I like burning resources in a game that I think I'm favored. Is there some world that I get like murdered here? Their hand is like Grindstone, LED, like Artifact, Lion's Eye Diamond. No, like Lion's Eye Diamond, Red Elemental Blast, Great Furnace. I think would kill me. But also Lion's Eye Diamond. If I solitude this now, Lion's Eye Diamond plus just casting Painter kills me. So like playing around one thing to not play around another. I'm just gonna say go. Oh, this is bad if the last card is Pyroblast, huh? Well, I might force it actually, force them to cast it on with an attack or something. We'll see. I think I want to Thought Seize them and then go from there. Yeah, it's almost certainly going to be Plow the Engineer, but get that shit out of here. I think the Blood Moon's gonna come back. I think they're just gonna activate Grindstone, and then we're gonna erode the Painter Servant. I think that's fine. If you erode, they lose their city. No, it's only their city only goes away when you play a land, not a land gets put into play. Trigger on stack. Oh, they're gonna let me tick up to Witch Enchanter. Interesting. I guess. Yeah, no, we kind of always wanted to fetch in a way that we could cast that Thoughtseizes that turn. I don't really want to flicker this Blood Moon, because then they could have like last card Reb, and then I have to like pitch my whole hand or something. I could flicker the Grindstone if I wanted. See if they blink. I don't think they're gonna do anything, but sure. Flicker for fun. Okay, yeah, they got nothing. Maybe it's not worthwhile giving them back white mana to cast like an Enlightened Tutor here or something. I want to get double white up for like Solitude, I think. They're just deck thinning, I feel. Do I want to wasteland them? Guess it wouldn't hurt, huh? Just gonna mill me? Mill yourself? Sure. My Wrathus guys, no! Yeah, there's the Enlightened Tutor that I maybe shouldn't have given them, but like, what are you gonna get? A Painter Servant? An Ensnaring Bridge, I guess, would be pretty annoying. Yeah, okay, maybe I read this a little bit. Just not worth putting in. This is 9 power, yeah. I'm just gonna wait. This was definitely dumb of me, but I don't think it will matter. Wait, why can't I auto know this? What? Can you not auto know Aether Vial anymore? Huh? Leaving it in hand. What did they draw? A white card? Maybe just a bolt or something. What the hell is this? Oh, they're gonna mail me out. Guess they could, yeah. Statistically possible outcome. They mill every single grindstone answer. They did mill a Witch Enchanter and a Meteor Sword, notably. And a Stoneforge. No, Stoneforge isn't an answer anymore. No, it is. Because they'd eventually mill a Skyclave. And then we could form more. This gets back Stone. No, this just gets back Witch Enchanter. Yeah, we're fine. Grab a backup Solitude, I guess. They don't have second bridge. I guess we have Yorion for that too. Am I supposed to be concerned about getting milled out here? By, like, activation, no, I'm just fucking attacking. If I mathed wrong, so be it. I guess I was supposed to just flicker my Witch Enchanter and blow up both of their grindstones, but so they can only mill me 2 times out of 4, but they have 35 cards left. Maybe the entire rest of the 31 cards in my deck are all white cards. Damn. Good try. We did it! Look at that. Alright, I'm going to the bathroom real quick. We can start round 4. Alright, we're back. What are we playing against today? Bant, Maverick, Eldrazi, old school strawberry shortcake painter. Weird matchup spread. I suppose a new BNR just means people crawl out of the woodworks with whatever they got, like us. Crawling out of the woodworks to play more Death and Taxes. Alright, let's kick it off. This hand's a little awkward. It's definitely a keep. There's a lot of sequencing tension here on whether or not it's better to do a turn 1 Aether Vial or turn 1 Backstreet, turn 2 Thoughtseize Aether Vial. I think I'm fine with turn 1 Backstreet, turn 2 Thoughtseize Aether Vial. Thoughtseize is like pretty important to stay alive in a lot of these matchups lately. And we have like things to do with our mana that doesn't need like the vial taking up currently. Like we can cast Overlord the following turn, and then we'll have Stoneforge. Just mill basically anything that isn't a land here. Yeah. Don't really want to draw that. Let's take a look at what our opponent's doing over there. Maybe they brainstorm in response. Oh dear. Well, fuck me, huh? What does this one do? Pings things, bounces things. It's kind of annoying with my Aether Vial a little bit. I kind of want to take this sneak attack. We have Meteor Sword for these show and tells. Yeah, I think it's just going to be snipe this sneak attack. Obviously, they could like show and tell on a Traxa and we just blow it up and it's not like the most exciting exchange in the world, but I think that's just going to be what we have to do here. It's really funny that this is actually like if they show and tell an Omniscience and we put in Meteor Sword, they can like Prismarty Charm pick up their Omniscience and then show and tell it back in. Do they want to brainstorm for a force now? Is this a Jarvis ult? I almost said that when I saw the name Archimedes. I should screenshot and send it to Jarvis. It's a really good name. Where's my Discord? So what happens when they just like surveil and then brainstorm and then don't do anything next turn? Casting Stoneforge doesn't really get me anywhere. We have the Meteor Sword in hand. So I guess it's just suspend Overlord. I guess it's actually a little tempting to maybe Wasteland them, but The Wasteland, I guess, scared them off from fetching Surveil, because I think they really wanted to fetch Surveil there, but they were they were very risk adverse. Okay, they brainstormed and milled one of their show and tells. That's nice for the, like, Prismari Charm My Own Omniscience thought that I had. Do I want to Wasteland them? We could just Surveil again. Wastelanding them does take them off of red mana. I mean, obviously not necessarily. They brainstormed. Takes them off of, like, brainstorming to show until this turn. The Surveil, I don't think, has a ton of value for me. Just, like, I don't even know what we're looking for. We're just trying to kill them as fast as we can. So we want to find, like, Fellier or Flicker Wisp, I guess. You need exclamation point card in Twitch chat. Damn, this card sucks. Overlord, mill 4 lands. Average Overlord of the Baelmerk. To show until an Omniscience. Or show until an Emrakul. That'd be nice, too. That means the top of the deck is gas, right? Yeah, that's how it works. What does the Stoneforge even get? The second formal wear after I hit no creatures? The Lion I mean, I might just get Lion Sash and cast it just so I have more bodies in play to attack them with. That's seeming like it's going to be the play unless we draw, like, Fellia here. It's just, it's such a fucking, like... Don't worry about it. I definitely don't have Meteor Sword in my hand, opponent. I'm just gonna cast a Lion Sash. Don't worry. This thing only deals 1, right? This is not a forked bolt. This says deal 1 damage to each of 1 or 2 targets. Yeah, so it can never kill a Stoneforge. It could kill my Lion Sash, but I really don't give a shit about that. Getting Stoneforge online early is also nice because we could get sneak attacked. They have brainstormed twice. Where's my Masterwork of Ingenuity? It'd be pretty good here, that's for sure, yeah. Get a skateboard, that would be pretty nice against a sneak attack. I don't like that fetch. That fetch makes me nervous. I know they're probably just playing around second Wasteland, but I don't like the idea that they have sneak attack. Show and tell. I will bring a sword to show and tell. Yep. Good for me that they're not saving their thing, I guess, but I probably should be pretty worried about a sneak attack. They milled a sneak attack? Oh, God. Well, I guess I just eat 2 things, hit them for 4. And we, like, we could recruit a Solitude to try to beat a sneak attack, or we recruit a Witch Enchanter or a Skyclave or something like that. I don't really see a different plan here. We could maybe hold up the Plow if we really thought, like, sneak attack attracts us specifically. maybe that's the play. I'm not gonna math out exactly how that affects the damage race here. I think it might actually just be correct though, because we could potentially beat a sneak attack Atraxa. Although plowing Atraxa is not even that exciting. We're at 17. We're not dying. Would save us from sneak attacks, Emrakul and Atraxa. I think I want this Vial on 4. Is it going to matter? Are they just going to be dead in 2 turns? Or I'm going to be dead in 2 turns? I'm thinking about if I want to Witch Enchanter this or Skyclave it. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power in play. Witch Enchanter or Skyclave it. Attack them for 5, 6. Put them to 8. They're dead before Yorion ever matters. But I guess if they show and tell again and we put in Yorion and they don't put in Omniscience. I guess Flicker Wisp is also technically 1 more power. We could Flicker Wisp this sort of Meteor Sword, but that's worse against Sibian Spirit Guide. But do they only have 1 Omni? They might have. I don't know if they have 2. Don't know if that's stock. I don't think my decision matters here. Don't listen to me. I mean, I don't know what stock is. My guesswork would say 2 is is usually pretty typical in sneak lists, but I can't say for certain. They are down 3 sneak attacks, notably, and 1 omniscience. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, putting them to 8. They are dead on board. We can leave up the plow. In case of 4th sneak into Emrakul plus Atraxa. Because I think we beat that. Yeah. Whew. A little spooky. Getting the game 1 versus sneaks always very nice, though. Someone was a hot button topic in the D&T Discord the other day of whether or not Deafening Silence is good enough versus Sneak and Show. I think the answer is yes. For me, it's yes, but not by a lot. Like, I think it's better than White Orchid Phantom, but it's not thrill. And maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe White Orchid's like okay at trying to keep them off of like enough red for like more sneak activations or something. But I don't know. White Orchid Phantom really does not seem that appealing to me, and Deafening Silence can slow down the like sneak into Atraxa, Lotus Petal, Emrakul lines. It can slow them down a turn on like cantrip into the final piece of the combo and kill you when you need that. There are like this card's not very exciting versus Show and Tell, especially because like it doesn't do anything against Show and Tell, Omniscience, Emrakul, or whatever. but it can beat if they have like sideboard consign. It can help you beat show and tell omniscience versus meteor sword, and they have like the thing to counter to stifle the meteor sword trigger or something. I think those upsides are worth more than a 2/2 that sometimes can do something. The one Wide Orc and Phantom, huh? Solitude's good. Skyclave's okay. Priest is good. We don't have Omniscience covered with this hand very much. I think I'll keep this. Meteor Sword has done wonders for this matchup, just like having extra answers to Omniscience, and not just like 2 Witch Enchanters. Alright, well, we might just have to White Orchid Phantom our Caracas here. I think I'm doing that over holding up a Containment Priest that isn't the most likely to be live on turn 2. They can, like, play Soul Land, Lotus Petal, or whatever. We have a Solitude if it's an Emrakul. And I think maybe if we draw third land that isn't Caracas, I'll hold a Priest, but as it sits, I really want to make my mana work, which means White Orchid Phantoming my own Caracas into a swamp so we can like draw Thoughtseize or something. And then also be able to cast our 3-drops without Lotus Pedaling ourselves. We could technically hold up Priest and then turn 3 Phantom into nothing. That doesn't seem that thrilling to me either. Maybe it's okay. Priest locks down the sneak attack line. Obviously, it's weak to interaction. And then if we rip the land, we can recruit Witch Enchanter. Try to lock down the other line. We'll see if we draw a land that isn't a Caracas. They didn't shuffle on Ponder, and they intentionally fetched out a Volcanic Island instead of a second island. I don't think this Wasteland's part of the plan. It might be the Container Priest into Recruiter line now, though. Unfortunately, Container Priest just like feels like it's not really that exciting versus Sneak without Mother of Runes. It's just so easy to kill, and you kind of it's like not necessarily telegraphed because you're also a Felia deck, but like you have to you don't really get to get them with it ever. You're not like countering the sneak attack. The sneak attack's still resolving. You can't really wait for them to put an activation on the stack if you're afraid of Simian Spirit Guide. They have nothing? Oh shit, are we wastelanding them? I almost don't want to cast this Containment Priest. No, that's gotta be wrong. Force of Will. Daze. Force. Force Spit Show and Tell. Seems like I'm going to wasteland them and then White Orchid Phantom my land. Go get a swamp. Legacy Gaming? Yeah, for sure, Mush. Don't they have one of everything in this format? But it only now occurs to me that we are in fact playing Legacy. Look, 2 Ponders. My opponent's cheating. We're playing Yori on Duel Commander, obviously. Don't pay no attention to the swamp. What did they keep on the Ponder that they just missed their next land drop? Ponder, no shuffle, miss my land drop. Kind of weird. Did they just like keep... But then they didn't cast this Ponder until next turn. When they just had like pass with 2 mana and didn't do anything. Oh, that's a huge pickup. What do I want to do now, then? The scariest thing that could hit us right now is a sneak attack. We have Giant Creature covered with Solitude. We have Omniscience covered with Witch Enchanter. We kind of have Omniscience covered with Sneak attack covered with Witch Enchanter too. I think it's Recruit Stoneforge. Stoneforge for Formor back the Priest. It's really slow, but I think we have most other angles covered in a way that I don't really mind going this roundabout way. I would recruit a second Containment Priest here if I could, after I was talking shit about it earlier, being not that great. You're a star, kitty. Everyone's typing meow in chat because of you. That's it? You're gonna shut up now? Yeah, I really don't think we need anything else. I think it's just Stoneforge. Could also just Stoneforge for Meteor Sword. Meteor Sword plus Caracas is pretty good. Oh dear. Oh dear. Maybe it's just Emrakul? Maybe it's not Atraxa? Alright, maybe their last card is in Daze. Kitty, hey, kitty. Not right now. Trying to figure out what my best pitch card here is. I guess it's the Sky Clay. No, we're gonna hit this sneak attack with the other thing anyway. Which means we're already losing to Daze, right? So that means we're gonna play land and Witch Enchanter this, and that's better than playing land and Skyclaving this. Well, they're at 29, but we can rebuild. Or we can, maybe not rebuild, but kill them. Well, I guess drawing Wasteland was a punish, but hopefully not too severe when they have 1 card left in hand. Wasteland, Stoneforge for Meteor Sword. Ponder, Shuffle, no land drop. Dang. Wait, Ponder, no Shuffle, no land drop. Why did my opponent keep doing this? Maybe, I guess maybe it's like the other half of the combo and they have like show and tell and they need the giant thing or something. The anti-everyone gave her every Ponder is a keep. Alright, well, we have no cards in hand and 1 land. They are at 20, but we have 5 power. Is there ever a reason for me to play this land out? Yeah, I guess if we draw Wasteland. We want to like just cast the Yorion, put more power into play, and to flicker our recruiter. If they play non-basic hand, we draw a Wasteland, notably. Can we ever lose if we just name Show and Tell versus 2 cards in hand? It is lethal if we Yorion, right? We can Yorion for a 2-drop and then they just die. And if they cast Show and Tell with 2, if they draw the 3 cards in hand, play Show and play Soul Land, play Show and Tell. The last card is Atraxa. We put in Disruptor Flute, and also we just beat the Atraxa. They can't do anything else. They put it on, just they have no more cards in hand. Okay, yeah, it's just Yorion. I'm just gonna flicker Recruiter in case they have like Consign. There's also no value in flickering anything else. Yeah, I think we just win with Stoneforge Mystic here. Yeah, 2-0. Alright. Or beat them 2-0. We're 4-0 now. Alright. We're cooking. Trophy match time. Alright. Let's get there. Yeah, the Caracas. Yeah, I don't think they ever win. Yeah, after counting out the cards in hand and making sure that we couldn't die to like Show and Tell, Omniscience, Atraxa. Even with Show and Tell, Omniscience, Atraxa, I think because we put in the Disruptor Flute, I think you just name Emrakul, and I think we would still win there if they had like exactly one more card in hand. They could obviously hit. They would need to hit like Bounce Spell plus Emrakul at that point, but. I guess with one more card in hand, maybe you are supposed to just. But if you name Show and Tell, and then but you're taking a turn off the clock, then are we gonna die to a sneak attack if we wait that long? I think just jamming it makes sense. Guess we're probably not dying to a sneak attack with the Caracas, though, huh? I don't know. Sneak attack in. If we give them an extra turn and they can cobble together sneak attack attracts something. I don't know. I'm just here to say fuck oops. Here's can you appreciate our deck list title? Black White Overlord D&T Rest and Piss Oops. It worked out, so it must have been the correct line. Yeah, now you're speaking my language. We won, so we took the correct line. My flow states arrived in the mail, so now I can build 95% of my decks. That doesn't sound like D&T. I don't think D&T plays flow state, man. I don't know what you're building. Speaking of, I wanted to put. I totally forgot. It's been on my mind for a while in like a post-oops world that I think integrating ghost vacuums into the sideboard of D&T is maybe a decision, a reasonable decision to make. They would have been pretty bad this league, but maybe you're allowed to play Graveyard Hate that doesn't suck ass in other matchups, and something like Ghost Vacuum is really good against, or is pretty good against the flow state decks, and then it's like a big mana sink late game and also can pick off the sorceries or the instants out of their graveyard. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Plow, flow state ready. true. All right, kitty, stop meowing. You can come up here and then get kicked off after you stab me. Churning flow state is homogenizing control. Not my problem. I will just play D&T, and the flow state decks can do whatever the fuck they want to each other. Turn 1 sees surgical. Turn 2 flow state. Don't remind me. Was it Carlo MV or whatever in the Discord talking about boarding in surgical extractions versus versus blue white or blue black tempo? Yurimakis, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. How do I feel about this hand, huh? We were kind of talking about a 5-lander earlier, and the 5-lander was like kind of really bad because it was like Plow Formalware or something. These are two pretty good cards, though. Maybe this is unwise. Oh no, is my opponent going to play a creature on turn 1 that's cheating? Oh, it's just a swamp, that's fine. Wait, no, Thoughtseize. I can't beat that either. And Mulliganing doesn't beat Thoughtseize either. Back up 2-drop, easy. Just like we drew it up. What are we playing against? Who plays these basics, huh? Is it just blue-black? Because it could be a lot of things. It could be Doomsday for all I fucking know, huh? I don't think the average Doomsday player would play these basics, though. This seems a little bit too... The average Doomsday player has a little bit more self-respect than that. Jesus Christ. I think this is probably... I mean, probably not fine, but if they don't have a ton of interaction, we can at least recruit... They might have set that up. I don't actually know. I don't know the order in which these cards get flipped. I imagine they set that up. Am I live now because of the bans? Convenient happenstance. I am alive because I've completed my upcoming paper Duel Commander event, and the next event that is kind of on the horizon is Eternal Weekend, so I want to start integrating a little bit of Legacy into my streams every now and again, is the real answer. And the bans making the format a better place happen to coincide with that pretty nicely, but Tron is still out there for the next 2 months at least. Month and a half. Which isn't that exciting. But it is what it is. I think we're just gonna fucking die here, by the way, but we'll at least see more of their deck as they mill. What the hell are they playing? Is this just like blue black mid range? Like what, Cling to Dust? Reanimate? What's going on? Just like blue black control? They have a vision. Truly. Their vision is thought seizing my overlord and fucking killing my ass with it, and it's working. Is Exploding Kin still a thing? I don't know. I was probably going to experiment with it at some point. Maybe Pyroblast stonks are up. This is why I don't play creatures. Can you beat Thoughtseize your Thassa's Oracle, reanimate it, Wonder Pro? Maybe. I don't know. You might play 2 Thoracles. Am I blocking? If I'm not blocking, I'm attacking. I think I am attacking. I mean, at least I get to see, like, 12 more cards out of their deck or something and figure out what the hell's going on. It does just look like it's blue-black control that has, like, Barrogoyf and maybe Orcish Bowmasters. And just, like, the classic one of reanimate in these, like, random black control decks. My opponent can't cast the 2 Barrogoyfs in their hand. Huge. I a little bit regret grabbing Skyclave. I was kind of planning to Skyclave a Barrogoyf, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm gonna get Flicker Wisp and hope for the best here. I really don't think it's gonna resolve, but like we can, try. I'm feeling we're gonna get our Recruiter Orcish Bowmastered and things are going. We're gonna be at a very, very low life total. Shocked, I say. I think I'm supposed to chump block rather than try to value trade and go to 2. Also, I think my Flicker is going to get Force Willed and we're going to lose, but... Or they just have Fatal Push and we go to 1 and then get Bowmastered and die? Oh, they hit the Bowmasters! Come on. We were somehow in that game. Alright, good news is I think this matchup's probably really good. They have, like, Bowmasters and Barrogoyfs? Like... Maybe we just ship... I don't know, these Wayne Orchid Phantoms are really bad, though, and they have Barrogoyfs. I think this is probably correct. White Orchid Phantoms look really miserable. Fetching to Thin was crucial. They clearly shuffled it to the top of their deck, the fucking cheater. Yeah, I can't imagine any of these other cards are at all playable. Like, they might have Tamios in there. I mean, that's a card that would kind of make sense. But then we're just, like, we're just reverse engineering blue-black tempo. But, like, their deck looked very weird and, like, a lot more late-game oriented. I got scrimped, indeed. Scrimp got my ass. Like, I'm not boarding in the Fairy Macabre for the, as far as we know, 1 reanimate and no other, like, just, like, the value reanimate. Blue-black highest play rate cards. They had a Cling to Dust in their deck, sir. I can't imagine that's high on the play rate. Alright, this hand is turn 1 Vial. This matchup is turn 1 Vial. I mean, we can afford to wait a little bit on this Thoughtseize. My Overlord did tie their deck together, yeah, for sure. They should maybe play. Maybe they play their own Overlords. Who could say? Yeah, Prismatic Vista, they're like a fucking hit all, like, basic control deck. No Overlord for you to steal this time. All my cards suck. Emperor's actually kind of okay. But it's, I think, also the worst card in my hand. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I'm supposed to top this. They're a Wasteland deck. We want to hit land drops. It also curves into Thoughtseize them and then Emperor my Stoneforge and then put it in on their end step. Potentially. No, it doesn't. It no longer curves into the thing that I just said. Oh well. It's still a land, which is also very good for me. Yeah, still time walks them, I guess. Let's see it. Let's see the damage. What do we got over here? Well, your hand fucking sucks. Holy shit. This rips. Think I'm just gonna take their Ponder and Sorcery Speed Emperor exile my Stoneforge here? Their hand's terrible. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, no, everything's kind of fine. Don't really care that much about the Deluge, or the Bowmaster, or the Lorien. Yeah. Oh wait, no. I don't need to. I don't need to sorcery speed the Bowmaster. I can't do the whole thing now because I don't have the third land. Because I can't make it on end step. I could make it on my next turn, but then I can't activate it. I could just like go get Formal Wear. If I draw the third land, especially, I could like get Formal Wear with the Stoneforge or something, and then erode it. Although then it goes to exile anyway, right? That's how finality counters work. I just don't know if I'm supposed to be like plucking away at their graveyard or something, like Murktides, or hey Tinker, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. I think I'm supposed to. We also have our own Erode up. I think I'm just gonna sorcery speed this Emperor. Start picking away at their graveyard. Do I take this file up? Yes, because we can just cast 2-drops. Yeah, not really in the business of eroding that, huh? Yeah, likely card for them to have, certainly. So now, am I supposed to like try to play around, like they find Fatal Push in their top 2 cards or something? I don't think I cared that. It's kind of annoying, but I don't think my Stoneforge is doing a lot. It's getting a 4-more that doesn't do a ton. It's getting Alliances that doesn't do a ton, or it's getting the Meteor Sword. Question is if they do find the push, am I going to erode my Emperor of Bones? Oh, is this just Deluge? Deal. That's totally fine by me. I think I'm going to erode the Stoneforge now. And go get Formal Wear. And then Formal Wear Emperor of Bones. Wait, I guess I don't need to erode. But, like, I think the erode is better as a land with a Solitude and a Vial. Emperor wearing Formal Wear makes sense. Yeah, you right. Let's just tick this Vial up to 5, huh? Do I just want to cycle? Do I just want to eat their Strix right now and just draw a card? Kind of. I'm one step closer to understanding D&T. Form Warrior Emperor and one assumes avoid dress down. Alright, I'm feeling quite ahead here. Yeah, sure. Oh man. Wait, we're gonna Yori. We know my intent board's a hand. I'm just gonna Yori on the formal wear. Get it back. I should probably just do it now to play around. I think I'm gonna wasteland them too, so they can't hardcast this Lorien revealed, and also protects my Caracas. I don't know if I finished my sentence. I'm playing around top deck consign. Sorry. Technically, I could have left up the swamp and like had the potential to make this Emperor 6/6, but I'd rather leave up the ability to like plow up Barogoyf and still hold up Caracas on Yorion. I can't think of a world where that sequence of plays would ever actually matter, but I don't think activating my Emperor to make a 6/6 and no other value matters either. That's probably supposed to take the Lorien revealed. I don't think they're going to cast Deluge this game. It is one-off lethal if I choose to plow Solitude the Bowmaster. So I think I'm just going to let it happen. And allow them to chump block and save my plows and solitudes and skyclaves for things that matter. Yeah, this game's over. We're definitely in garbage time here. What you got? Better be a good one. Fetching? This deck has to have flow state, right? Am I going crazy? That one's not good enough. Tap down the Yorion. Yeah, whatever. I could, like, untap. And they know about the Solitude anyway. I just don't really... I'm just taking game actions. Yeah. I could pick up the Yorion and put it back in on the vial and show them no cards, but they thought Seaston saw the Solitude already, so... Do they have flow? They have to have flow states in this deck, right? We didn't see any either game. Where the hell do I keep putting my water? There it is. There's no possible way their deck isn't playing flow state. We just haven't seen it in 2 games, I guess. Also, seeing Kaito's definitely like the erodes a little bit more now. I saw sorceries no instance. That's also true. We saw instance in game 1. Strix is kind of like a flow state. It's sort of card advantaged. How they have room for flow state. There's so much random junk in there. I mean, that's how I was trying to figure out the Strawberry Shortcake Painter deck earlier. Just like, how do they have room for all the good cards? Where's all the Urza Sagas and the Fable of the Mirror Breakers we never saw? What, do we see anything that but we haven't seen any Tamios or Flow States cards that I would absolutely assume are in their deck somewhere. Low-key, I kind of want to like board in a Disruptor Flute over a White Orchid Phantom. White Orchid Phantom seems so fucking terrible. Disruptor Flute can at least like name Kaito or name a Tamio that's maybe in their maybe in their deck. Tamio just dies to Deluge Strix, gets a card right away. We have to stop bullying the opponent. They're just they're trying their best. Yeah, I'll just ship it. White Orchid Phantom has power and toughness. I just assume every blue deck is on flow state. I mean, that makes sense. I don't think it like changes how I really play the game much, but keep. I'm probably not surveilling. They seem like they're very happy to wasteland me over and over again. No Thoughtseize? I would love to resolve Aether Vial. Seems very good against them. Deal. Makes Spirit of the Labyrinth worse. Every day that goes by makes Spirit of the Labyrinth worse. Well, they milled a Polluted Delta, so I probably shouldn't wasteland them, huh? Given the texture of this hand, there's a chance I wasteland them on turn 2 just to slow down a Barrogoyf a little bit. I think I do. I really don't want to get Barrogoyf on turn 3 here. They just like play Bowmaster. Like, this also slows down Kaito. Gives me time to get this Vial online. What am I casting here? Emperor? I don't really want to cast Sash. What, you gonna ninjutsu in the Kaito on 2 mana? Were you ninjas the whole time? Okay, you're accelerating your clock, I see. Fucking putting in, I don't even know the name of the card. We are just trying to race me. Which means we should definitely put as much power and like toughness into play as possible here, which means I think just cast Emperor. Emperor blocks much better than Lion Sash. Interesting timing on that brainstorm, but okay. No longer worried about a potential Kaito or a Barrogoyf this turn. That's super good for me. I am going to block with no regard for the life expectancy of my creatures. I'm going to put in Stoneforge Mystic and block both. Okay, never mind. I will put in Stoneforge Mystic and block 1 Orcish Bowmaster. I'll get pre-war Formal Wear. And block 1 Orcish Bowmaster. Thought sees me? No, ponder, sure. Is it wrong that I want to Meteor Sword their land? A little bit, yeah. If they just like have second Fatal Push, it's really bad, right? We just want to get bodies into play. They're very aggressively trying to race me. I just want to get a bunch of power and toughness into play. My next question is whether or not I'm supposed to cast Formalware or put it in off of Stoneforge here. They have 3 cards in hand. I really want to. It's worse if. Hey, Sino, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. It's worse if they have Force, obviously, or like a weird Daze. I think I'm going to eat their Ponder as well, just in case they are a flow state deck. They just send both. I'm just going to recruit something and try to block the Bowmaster. Play around Kaito. Formula is such a crazy card pick up. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. Formula is like my favorite card printed in years. It's so good for D&T. Is this like third Bowmaster? I really don't care. I'm just gonna block. Yeah, sure. Again, they're like throwing everything into trying to kill me, and we can very easily rebuild from here. Is this just like Flicker Wisp for Formaware? Probably. I should maybe be a little bit worried about Toxic Deluge, but we could still just rebuild the Orion and stuff. We don't even have to Flicker Wisp the Formula right now. We can just leave the Vial up, put in Sash, block everything. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, we just sack the Stoneforge and then get it back with the Formalware and get Formalware. Yeah. We're gonna do that thing where we put this in right now and then tick the Vial up. So we can get to Yorion. We're gonna get Stoneforge for free. Can't do anything. Do I really want to play anything more into like last card Toxic Deluge? Yeah, I don't really care about this Lion Sash too much, and I don't want to. Like, I have a lot of things that don't trade with a Bowmaster. This also can prevent like Ponder into flow state. We do have to be a little bit cognizant of a consign as well. We can't just go for like a huge Yorion next turn necessarily. Maybe I wasn't supposed to exile their Bowmaster. No, I couldn't like get it back with Emperor, but I don't know. I feel very ahead. Not terribly worried about anything here. Flow state? Damn. Man, if they ponder into flow state, I'm gonna be pissed. I played around 4th Bowmaster, which I probably shouldn't have done, and I could have potentially stopped ponder flow state. Okay, they don't have it. Cool. Okay, yeah, you got nothing, dog. So unbelievably dead. What's even the play here, man? Sure, fuck it. Alright, that's the play, I guess, now. Yeah, we did it! Woo! Trophy! Fuck yeah! We were the Scrampy, and now we are the Scramper. Tier 1 deck confirmed. We got one trophy. The bans were perfect. They've solved all of D&T's problems. Life's great. D&T is in fact broken. We did it. Emperor Bones didn't do anything except it was really good against the random fucking blue-black control deck, I guess. What do we play against? Bant Maverick, Eldrazi, Strawberry Shortcake, Sneak and Show, and Blue-Black Control. What a what a motley crew. Eldrazi and Sneak and Show are like pretty real decks. Are you happy with the ban? I didn't hear your opinion. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think Oops had it a long time coming. I think it's pretty likely that Tron gets, like, probably Nexus gets the axe come July. Because I really don't think that they want like 3 decks with 4 candelabras in the top 8 of Eternal Weekend. Um, and they specifically called it out. If this deck continues to like see win rates and play rates as it currently is, that they're probably going to take action. And then the format, I think it looks really good. I think the next month and a half will probably be like a little bit too much Planar Nexus stuff for D&T to be super happy about, but I think it's definitely a very solid step in the right direction, thank God. So yeah, and then Flow State probably gets banned in like 18 months. Yeah. But as a D&D player, I'm kind of fine with Flow State existing for a while because it makes people play really bad blue control decks or blue tempo decks, and then D&T gets to just feast on them. Tammy / Nexus, it would be incredible for the Flow State only format. Yeah. We all know that like it's a lot, Wizards a lot slower to take action on cards when they are only put into fair blue decks. Expressive Iteration. That's the only example I have from recent memory. Oko. How long did Dreadhorde live? Dreadhorde lived longer than Oko. No, Oko came up before Dreadhorde. Arcanist 2 also coming. I hope to God that card is playable because D&T beats the fucking shit out of whatever. Was it like a mono blue Bilbo or something? D&T beats the shit. You put Arcanist as legendary now? they're putting Tameo and fucking legendary Dreadnought Arcanist in the same deck. D&T with their 4 Caracas just ready to fucking go. If the best deck in the format is like Bilbo, Flow State, Tameo, D&T is just gonna be feasting. I will be super excited for that. That's what the Petrified Hamlet is for. True, you can cast. Now that your deck is mono blue value, you can afford your utility lands, and you Petrified Field the Caracas. Or Petrified Hamlet, sorry. Anyway, let's wrap up the stream. Let's go find someone to raid. Good return to form. D&T, life's great, deck's great. Sideboard could probably maybe use some work. I think these cards probably want to get reconfigured somewhat. Honestly, like, you could talk me into trying to turn this Containment Priest into something else. But I don't know. Obviously, it's a little bit of a new format too with Oops Ban, so we'll see how, like, what graveyard decks you should be worried about, how you want to configure your graveyard. Hey, I think that there's a good chance the Ghost Vacuum is playable as just like an extra anti-graveyard card that also helps against the flow state decks and helps like go really late against like the blue-black decks and stuff like that. But that's mostly theory. Anyway, let's go find someone to ship you all off to. Who is streaming tonight? Hey, there's me. Should be all over to modern. Titan. Whatever. I don't want to think too hard about who to raid. I just raid people that are streaming MTGO, even if they're Titan perverts, amulet perverts. Anyway. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you had a good time. We'll be back next week, I guess, with Duel Commander. I think maybe the better plan than like trying to time Legacy streams is to just kind of stream Legacy when there's some weeks it just seems like there's a lull in the Duel Commander leagues firing. So we might just like start every league trying to play some Duel Commander, and if things hit a lull, we'll swap over to Legacy, which is unideal to be not predictable as a streamer, but well, you gotta play by ear a little bit here and kind of figure out how I want to reintegrate a little bit more Legacy into the stream and stuff. So hope you had a good time tonight. We'll be back next week with some more streaming of some kind. Catch y'all next time.